Alright, welcome back everyone to another episode of All the Mods 6. I hope everyone's doing great today. I know that I am. We're hopping right back into our game save here, but a whole bunch of stuff has been done in the meantime. As I mentioned in my other episodes, and for those of you who do not know, I do stream over on Twitch on Mondays and Fridays. Typically it's at 4:30, but with PM Eastern Standard Time, I should say. But with the holidays, it's been kind of all over the place. We actually just got wrapped up with streaming, and I figured we would hop in and record this episode. You guys will be seeing this a little bit later in the week, so this is right on the tail end of the Monday stream. But if you do want to catch the full recap of that, highly recommend checking out my Twitch. In the description down below is the link where you can hop over to that page. Give me a follow over there, and you can be alerted to the next time I do go live over there if you don't want to miss out on anything. But anywho, I am going to recap you on a few things that we've done because it was a decent amount, and I'm kind of kicking myself because a few things I would have liked to do on camera for you guys over on YouTube, but it's not always the case that that works out in that way. So first thing is first, if you guys recall, coming off of our last episode, we got our storage system up and going, our refined storage system. It is awesome. However, we only created a 4K storage disk, and that thing filled up extremely quick, and that's not even everything that we have. We also have all of our drawers on the side, and we have a whole other chest of stuff as well related to the environmental mod, right? What's it called again? I already forgot. What's it called? Elemental craft. There we go. I'm way off. Anywho, what I did go ahead and do on stream is get a 16K storage disk up and going. Now this is a little bit pricier. I've run you guys through how to make the 4K. Very similar idea. You just need to have 3 of the 4K ones put together with some improved processors, which is the gold variant of it, and it's really straightforward. Now the other thing I did realize as I was just kind of poking around in the items is that there is the extra discs mod in here. So this can even increase your disk capacity higher than what is with this. So this is 256K storage. Yeah, so you can get it up to that height or that amount, and I believe that you can plug it in to the top up here. Yeah, disk drives you can put up there at the top. So you can get a 256K ME storage cell or storage part. I don't know if you have to do these ones or you can do these ones. I think it's this that you need. But yeah, you take a 64K storage part, 3 of them, put them together with advanced processors, and you get that one. You can go up even higher, and the max is 16,384K storage. So that's what? That's like a billion or something like that, right? If I'm not mistaken, because 1, 2, 3... that would be like 4 million, and that would be even more, yeah. And then it keeps going even higher. Yeah, look at that. Just insane, but you do need unobtainium for some of these, vibrantium. Like you need some other stuff as well to keep you moving. So, but anyway, that's beside the point. We got some more storage. That's what I really wanted to go through and tell you guys. Now, the other thing that we did do, or that I saw that I wanted to address finally, is around the mod that shows you what we're looking at. If you guys are aware, it's been commented on before, there's a mod in here that shows you what block you are looking at and what item you need to actually mine that specific item. So for example, right now I can see Willowwood log is what we're looking at. It's from the BYG mod, and you need an axe in order to, or an axe is preferred to mine it. Well, you guys can't see that because I'm in the way. But I did figure out how we can address this. And it was because of you guys in the community leaving comments and letting me know. It is from the One Probe mod. Now, there were 2 different people who let me know on that, and I don't know if I can look up their names quick enough to tell you. I know one was William, he let me know, and then let me see here. It was William and Chris Hooven. I hope I pronounced your name right. But yeah, both of you said it was from the One Probe mod. I did do a little bit of digging additionally to find out you can get the README page, and this will actually help you change that. So you grab this, you click on it, and you can read through some stuff. So things you should know about the One Probe. This mod can show a tooltip on screen when you look at a block or entity. In this pack, the probe is configured to be not required in order to see the tooltip. So you can change this here. So check out the My Mods for many clients side configuration setting for sneak. Right click this up for, okay, so let's sneak right click. There we go. So this is what we wanted to do, and we just want to move it to the middle. That's really what we want to do. So click on corner in screenshot to move the tooltip there. So we want it to be in the middle where you guys can actually see it. And I think the outline and everything else that shows is good. So if we click out of this now, you guys can see what I'm looking at. It only took me, what, like 12 episodes or something like that? I don't know what episode we're on now, to finally get that set up for you guys. But yes, that is good. So if you guys are curious, it is the One Probe mod that will do that for you. And you do shift right click to get into those settings. Does look like it's nighttime out. Let's sleep through the night here. But hopefully that helps some of you guys out. I know it's a little frustrating not being able to see that. I know when I'm watching other people play, it can be frustrating because I want to know what they're looking at or what item they are putting into their build. So hopefully this helps out a little bit more. Now moving right along, we did do this off camera, which again, this is what I'm kind of kicking myself on not doing on camera, was getting a setup, an automated setup around ore processing, ore duplication, and ore smelting. Now you might be wondering why we did this when we have the elemental craft set up over here. Well, if you guys have been watching my last few videos, you know that this has been causing so much lag. I am very disappointed on how unoptimized it is. And I have realized what is causing the lag. It's when these extractors are actually extracting from the elemental nodes into whatever you might be putting them into. So that's what was causing the lag. As you see, I have removed both of them. I moved them far away because I didn't realize that it was the actual process of extracting from the node that was causing the lag. I thought it was the actual nodes themselves. But once I removed both the nodes, I kind of realized, okay, like it's probably not that. It's probably the actual action of what they're doing that's making the lag. But I did move them far away, and we can always move them back if necessary. But this for now is retired. Until this is optimized, this whole setup is retired because it was causing way too much lag for us. So what I went ahead and did instead is one of the most typical ways of doing ore duplication and ore processing, which is a pulverizer and redstone furnace from our thermal series mod. So let me run you through real quickly on how to do this. I know probably most of you already know how to do this, so again, I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of time on it. But you have your pulverizer up here on top, which will pulverize the ores. You'll typically get a 1 ore to 2 crushed ore ratio, so 1 to 2 ratio. That's automatically pumped down into our redstone furnace down here, which is then automatically output to a barrel. So I put everything up here in this barrel. In our pulverizer, I have it set up right here on the side in the configuration, so that the blue, which is over here, is pulling in from the top, and the orange, which is our output, is outputting onto the bottom, which is automatically outputting into our redstone furnace, which is perfect. That's exactly what we want to have happen. Now you do need to click auto input and auto output for this to work right. You can't just select these and have them work on their own. You do need to have these both enabled for this to work properly. Then it was pretty much the same thing down here on the redstone furnace. It's pulling in from the top, outputting though to the side to a separate barrel, and then again auto input and output enabled. Pretty straightforward. And as you can see, I've been running through a few ores already. We have a bunch of uranium because in a future episode we are going to get into the bigger reactors mod. I have a bunch of stuff bookmarked behind my camera here, which you obviously cannot see, but we will get to that in a different episode, not today. But yeah, so we got that set up, and then I've taken off the Tinker's Workbench from the grid because it was just hogging a lot of power. I'd much rather it prioritize to these boys right here. And then we have 2 of these Sterling Dynamos running down here, which is producing the power for us. It's outputting power as well. So it's storing up power and outputting power, not only to these, but I also have it inputting to our capacitor here, which is then running over to our storage system way over there. So that's that setup. Now, the next thing is what took a lot of time on the stream. And you probably can already see it. So coming down this way, you guys remember we were getting into the create mod here. And we were having a little bit of trouble getting some stuff figured out. We have an automated system for creating plates right now, for the most part. But there's much, much more to this mod than just that. So what I went ahead and did is made this big boy here on stream. This is going to be our windmill. So windmill power will help us out tremendously. It creates a lot more torque, I would say, a lot more oomph when producing the power for the systems that you need. Now, many of you may be asking, why would we need to do this when we could just use water power? Well, water power is only going to get you so far. And you can't, unfortunately, combine. You could try to combine a lot of water power together in order to get what you need, but realistically, your best bet is to jump to wind power for the overall production into your system. Now, for this, it is going to go in and power mechanical crafters here. So these boys right here, I don't have them made up because there are certain things that we still need to do, like polished rose quartz and stuff like that. So we're going to start onto that path in today's episode. Don't know if we're actually going to get to it because there's still a lot of stuff that we need to do in the meantime. But yeah, so getting into the mechanical crafters is what we are going to want. I'm actually going to bookmark it so I have it. And you might be wondering, hit my desk there, what those are used for. So pretty much the idea is you'll have your windmill, your wind power, whatever you end up making for it. It'll flow down and into a system that will act as a big crafting grid. So pretty much what happens is you take a bunch of these mechanical crafters and lay them out in a way that you can do crafting, just like this one. So you can do automated shaped crafting. So it's a shaped crafting. You have to have 5 of these crafters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just like so, lined up, like physically lined up like that. And then you put each component in the specific spot. And then as you can see in the crafter itself, it has a cog wheel. Now this wheel hooks up to your power production and that turns and it pulls all of the items together and outputs whatever it is you're making. In this case, it happened to be more mechanical crafters. Another example of this, just to kind of help you guys get a better idea, is this one here. So this is the flywheel. Pretty much, you would lay out 9 of these. So you would lay it out in a 3x3. And then you would lay it out like this with one off to the side. So almost a 3x3, but taking the center one off to the side here. And then you would put these brass ingots in here. It would hook up to your power system. As you can see, again, the cogwheel. This will all move around, combine together, and you'll get the flywheel. And hopefully we will get to that today. But yeah, this is the windmill I have laid out to utilize for it. I have a space over here dedicated for our setup of mechanical crafters, because it is going to vary based upon what you are making. But I think this should do, I think the biggest one I saw is a 5x5. But again, I was just kind of looking through, so I could be mistaken on that. But let me show you what we have out here. So we have a bunch of shafts going through gearboxes. Now, hopefully we don't lose too much power in this way. If we do, we'll have to kind of reevaluate how it's set up, unfortunately. But I think it should be fine. And so if we come in here, we have the shafts coming through here to the center of our windmill tower. And then as you can see, this is our windmill tower going all the way up to the top. We did utilize elevators to get up to the top, just like so. Elevators, not a new mod by any means. Pretty straightforward to make them. All you need is ender pearls and wool, and you're going to need 2 of them, obviously, a starting point and an ending point. So from there, the shaft runs all the way up to this vertical gearbox, which then runs out, and it's going to run to our connectors that we actually need for our windmill. And this is how it looks up here. Now, this isn't 100% done yet. It is, for the most part, to a good place. but there's still more that I want to do with it. So if we come out here, I can give you a good glimpse of the tower itself. Different design than what I normally would go for. Probably would make sense if I had used willow wood instead of spruce, but I wanted something a little bit different. I didn't want to use all of the same materials that we're used to. I mean, we're used to using a bunch of willow wood throughout. There's a lot of greens, and so I really just wanted to switch it up and use something different. Thus, the spruce. So, if we hop back inside here, the other thing I did want to mention as well, now that I'm thinking about it, is the roofing that we used. Gosh, if I can get up here, is from Structurize. It is the moss slate spruce shingles. There are different versions of this, like different wood types that you could use. So you could use oak wood, you could use acacia wood, so on and so forth. But I used the spruce since that's what we used as our base wood underneath it. And obviously you can use different shingles other than moss slate, but I really liked the look of it, so that's what we went for. So from there, let us hop off of this, get out of there. We'll go back to our create mod, and we got a few components together. You might notice in my inventory I already have a few things here. So in order to get a windmill up and going, you are going to need a radial chassis and a windmill bearing. Now I can hold shift here, it'll show you how some info on it, I should say. So it's used for harnessing rotational force from wind. You attach your own design and you can watch it spin, which is pretty cool. Also rhymes, which is funny. It also shows you a stress capacity, which is large, which is awesome. And then you can also see some additional things as well around it. And we might need to get another thing here as well to work this. But yeah, you can see it's a stress capacity of large, whereas if we look at our water wheel, it is a small stress capacity. So this is really what we're going to want. Now in terms of crafting, the radial chassis, pretty straightforward. Just some wood, some logs, I should say, and 2 andesite alloys. I did realize you can find andesite in the world. I don't know why it took me so long to actually find it, but you can find it. Then the windmill bearing is pretty straightforward. A shaft, a stone, a piece of stone, not cobblestone, just normal stone, and then a turntable, which is a shaft and a slab. Really straightforward. It is getting night time on us though. Let's grab our sleeping bag. We'll take a nice little nap up here in our windmill tower. Or just windmill in general. I guess it's not really a windmill tower. But anywho, so we have what we need. We can come outside here, and this is going to be a little bit tricky. We can just hop up here. It would be super nice. I am not the biggest fan of this jetpack. Okay, there we go. So, we really should probably have... Why can't I open this? Am I in crafting? I'm in crafting mode. We really should have something that will we can use as scaffolding for the time being. So let's use this just to help us kind of be able to get out to where we need to be out to. So just like so. Then what you're going to want to do is take your windmill bearing. You'll place it just like so. You'll take your radial chassis and you'll place it just like so on the end. Now this won't work on its own. What you also need to take are some slime balls, and I believe it said it on the additional info that you need to add these all around it so it'll actually hold the blocks that you want. So hopefully I gave myself enough distance outwards. If anything, we might have to bump it out one more, but we will see. So there we go. And then all I need to do is get the bottom one. Just like so. And it actually doesn't take up the slime. I'm actually surprised. We still have the 4 that we started with. Now you might be wondering why we have white wool. Well, this is how we actually make our design on our windmill here. Okay, I think it'll lag through that a little bit, but it's fine. I don't think I want to push it out another one. I think it'll work. I hope it'll work. Maybe we should just play it safe and push it out one more. Hold on a second. Alright guys, so I spent a little bit of time getting things together. I shifted that stuff around as well. So let's reveal what we got going. So I'm not super thrilled with it just yet, but we could always tinker with it. So this is what we have so far. Very simple design on our windmill itself, on like the actual turbines. We could always change it and modify it, but I think it's gonna work just fine. Let's get in here and get a nice little screenshot of it for our thumbnail. It should be good. And then obviously I have some wool out here. We'll worry about that later. But if we come up here, we should be able to get this going. So update the bearing, right click the bearing with an empty hand to attach the structure you just built in front of it. So if we right click, there we go. So it is now working. If we come back out here and take a peek at it, it is spinning round and round. That is giving us mechanical power being sent all the way down to the bottom. I don't know if you can see it. It's kind of hard to see it even for myself, but the actual items down there are turning as well. I'm blanking on what they're called, but yeah, that is pretty awesome. I'm sure we could get a good shot here or there from this, which is pretty cool. So we'll grab our wool from this, just like so, and then we're gonna head back over here and turn off hover mode so we can just touch down like so. So if we come in here, our shafts are turning down here, they're turning this way, and they are turning all the way out even here. Very slowly, I'll say, but I don't think it's even turning fast up at the top, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's not, I mean, it is turning maybe a little bit faster than what it is out here. Maybe. It's very, very hard to tell. But that's pretty much it for that then, which is awesome. The only thing we are going to then need are a bunch of these mechanical crafters, which we are going to need brass for. And in order to get brass, we could crushed brass. Okay, interesting that you can do that. I think we're going to need an induction smelter would be the smartest way to go about that. Or if we had an alloy kiln from immersive engineering going, we could utilize that as well. Not the worst to get it. I think alloy kiln though takes blaze rod. I think that's why we ultimately didn't go with it. Right, at immersive. Yep, kiln brick. Why didn't we do this? Because it only takes sandstone and bricks to make the kiln. Because I don't think we have the kiln, do we? What do we have over here? I already forgot. Yeah, we don't have the kiln. We have blast brick, oak brick. Interesting combination. And I guess what we could do is place it like right here in the corner. Or if we wanted to add on there, we could. I mean, right here in the corner would be fine though. Yeah, I'm very confused why we don't have that already going. I mean, again, we could get an induction smelter going, but where's the fun in that? Let's grab a whole bunch of this stuff. A little bit of silicone in there, do that. All right, so what I'm gonna do, because what we need is brass, but we can get other things going to begin with. So I think I want to just start with like maybe a 3x3. So if we get 3 of these going, because the 3x3, that will give us 9 anyway to work with, so we could utilize that. So we have 3 of those. How many cog wheels do we have? Let's go to our create mod. I think I made a lot. We have 13. And what do we need for each of these? 2. Making it so 2, 4, 6. So we have plenty of those. All we need now is this, which we just need the polished rose quartz for, which you need rose quartz, which is very straightforward to make. And we need 3 of them just for the time being. And then you need sandpaper. So sandpaper is very easy to make. It's just paper with some sand on it. And then all you got to do is take the sandpaper, put it in your offhand like so, take your rose quartz in the other hand, and then just hold right click down, and it'll sound like you're eating, but really you are using your sandpaper, which is really cool. Now it does have a durability, as you see here, but I think it's one of the coolest things that's in here, that you can utilize sandpaper. So we're going to throw those in there. And then with that, we should have everything we need. We just need more iron nuggets. And then that should get us the last one of those. Perfect. So we pretty much are set. The only thing that we are waiting on is this. All we need are some brass sheets, which we can get in our press if we had brass ingots. So that's all we need to get going. Again, an induction smelter, we need copper and zinc. I don't know. Do I have bronze? No, I don't. Okay, I was curious. Do I have zinc? I do have 6 pieces of zinc. Oof. I think that will just be enough if I am not mistaken, because we need 2 per, right? And what is the ratio on this bad boy? 1 to 2. Okay, so that's actually not, or well, it's technically 2 to 2. So we need some copper. Grab that. Cool beans. And how is this going? It's going well. Yeah. Kiln brick. 2. Okay. Do that. That'll give us 10. We're out of sandstone. But we can make some more just like so. I think I actually used up all of our sand for that, which is not good. I think we need 27. What is it? 3 or 9, 18, 27. Yeah, we need 27. Which is, that's not going to be enough just yet. 18. We're getting close. We are getting close. But I think this is going to be the spot for it right here. A little cramped, actually, now that I think about it. All right, give me a second. Let me get some stuff together, and I'll bring it back once we got our kiln up and going. All right, so it's been a while since I've worked with immersive engineering to the extent of the kiln, but I forgot it isn't a 3x3 by 3. It's a 2x2 by 2. So I made way too many kiln bricks, but hey, it is what it is. We have a nice little section right here for it. So we should be good to go. I already got some of the brass going here. It looks like we are missing some copper though. It looks like in the kiln it's actually a different ratio than what I was thinking it is. Let's get some copper. We'll just grab all of it and throw it in there. Interesting. Okay. Like in the kiln, it is a 3 to 1 to 4. So it is still a 1 to 1, but it just takes more copper to get out of it. So actually, this is more kind of bang for your buck, kind of in a sense. So, but this is going to be enough brass for us because we only need 6. So actually, we can just take these 6 like so. Come over to our pressing machine, and we can throw it in. And those will go through. They'll get pressed up, and then we can use them to make our crafters. Our, what are they called again? Mechanical crafters. I should know because I was just looking at it, but you know. All right, this thing is so slow, but it's okay. It is what it is. I think it just does, it's a one and done. Even though we have 6 in there, that's all it needs. Don't think it's gonna work with the chute that we have. Be amazing if it did. I think it just pops off at the end. Yep, just popped off. No worries. All right, we got to hop back over here and finish our crafting. So this, oopsie, we need to craft these first. Oh, that'll give us 4 of them. Wow, okay, so more than what I was expecting. So we'll get 8 of them. Why not? Do that. Needs to go on the bottom there. Crafting tables, which we have right here. There's 9. It is the night. Let's sleep. Sleep through the night. And then we should be good to go. So if I go to create, I just want to show you guys what the possibilities are for this. What's something like easy that we could like make up that we realistically would use, like a shaft here? A shaft would be in a 2x2. We could do that, or if we wanted a big wheel, we could do that. So we just need some andesite alloy. which I don't have any of on currently. So we need buttons. I don't think they have to be the same ones, but just to be safe, I'm gonna grab those, 4 of those. And then we just need this, so we'll grab one of those. Cool. So that should be everything we need, so let's head, we probably should grab some of this stuff actually as well. At create, we might need that, we might need that, and we might need those. And maybe those. Grab all those. Okay, cool. We'll head back over to our setup over here now. So all we need for this is a normal crafting layout, right? For a cog wheel, it is a 3. So yep, so 3 by 3 by 3. So all you gotta do is 1, 2, 3. And then I'm actually gonna take out the bottom ones here as well. 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3. Just like so. Now this is a little bit farther off than where I want it to be. Unfortunately, we might have to push it back. Okay, let me get stuff set up here. Hold on. All right, so I have everything set up so I can show you guys. So we have our shafts. I extended it all the way down. I had to make up another gearbox here to switch it from going from this direction out to a 90-degree to this way. I have 2 cogwheels here just so it could reach. Realistically, I've made it so that I could take this one out, add in more of the mechanical crafters if needed, and then be good to go that way. But as you can see, these are all turning. They're turning all of the cogs in each crafter. So now all we got to do to make a large cogwheel is pretty much put this in the same exact pattern as this. And I don't think it matters in what direction it goes. So first and foremost, that'll go there. These on each corner, just like so. And then this like so. Now the other thing we do need to do is actually we need to adjust these. Which I think if we, I think we might need the wrench in order to do this. Yes, we do need the wrench, and I actually crafted it up. Pretty straightforward to make. Just some golden plates, a cogwheel, and then a stick. So what you need to do is, as you can see, we are shifting these little projectiles into a different way. We just want them to have all flow down into a singular spot, and I believe that's how we want it, if I am not mistaken. Unfortunately, it doesn't really show us in here how it needs to go. It kind of just says this, so we'll give it a go and see if this works. There we go. Okay, it does seem to be working, or at least it has everything it needs. Yep, as you can see, it's now moving. It's moving down just like so into the next tier. That'll all move together then, even further down. It's a very slow process. And then they'll all combine together into one singular spot. Now you can have this go in any direction. If we wanted it to output into this one over here, we could have just directionally changed all of them to output over to that one. But I figured that this one right here at the bottom would be the easiest. I mean, I guess we could have directioned them all to the center one, but it is what it is. Now that'll go. And it'll spread out. As you can see, it's still in the crafting shape. It's going to do its awesome animation into the nether. Not really. And then there we go. There is our large cogwheel. We can grab it by right-clicking. And yeah, that's it. And it's kind of nice. I mean, obviously for that use case, doesn't make that much sense because it's a lot easier just to craft it normally, but there are things that you can't craft normally, like the flywheel. You cannot craft it normally. You have to use this mechanical crafting setup. But yeah, that is going to do it, guys. So I hope you all enjoyed this episode of getting our mechanical crafters up and going. We'll probably dive even deeper into the create mod in a different episode. I think the next one, though, is going to have to be a better way of creating power, because right now we are very lackluster on our power production. We are very, very strained on it. Now, this is great mechanical power, but it doesn't equate to actual electrical power. Two different things. So with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, feel free to leave a like down below, or better yet, leave me a comment. Let me know what you're thinking on the series. If you have any questions, concerns, whatever it may be, I enjoy reading them down below. If you are new here, you want to follow along, hit that subscribe button and bell notification. It'll let you know every single time I post a new episode here on the channel. I do stream over on Twitch, as I mentioned earlier, so if you don't want to miss out on anything over there, definitely check out my Twitch in the description down below. You can find that link along with the link to our Discord if you want to join in our community. It is ever growing. We just surpassed 900 subscribers, so I can't wait to see what the future holds for us. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I appreciate it so very much, and I will catch you all in our next episode. Take it easy.